Namaskar Mitro, welcome to my channel GAURseDEKHO. There's been some break because I was away to Jamnagar for bird photography. पर bird photography main focus रहते हुए भी there were a lot of other things which I found interesting and I would like to share with you. Jamnagar is on our western coast of the country and सारी migratory birds which come from Europe, Siberia, all the north. In winters they come south for better climate. Or Gujarat is the first port of call, so to say, where they land and they breed and they stay here till May or June and they fly back. So this was my first visit to Jamnagar. Jamnagar is particularly famous for pelicans and flamingos that it receives. क्योंकि यहाँ पर huge salt pans हैं and these birds they enjoy these salt pans. तो skimmers हो गए, flamingos and pelicans, they were the main birds of my interest. बाकी और तो सब bonus था जो मिला. You can see these some photographs. But what I found most interesting was murmuration of rosy sterlings. As you'll see in these photographs, in these videos, when they come home from day's work, that is, they go various places in bunches of 10s and 20s, and then they return home to their pad on the trees, where they settle down for the night. Before they settle down for the night, they have this lovely air show. They get together in numbers. The first round that I saw was say 200, 300 birds, then some more will join in, it becomes 500, 1000, 2000. So then it becomes huge. And the basic point is, why do they do it after coming home? This is basically to intimidate any predator that might be in the vicinity of their sleeping quarters. क्योंकि वो सब जुड़ के they create a kind of a horror show for the predator कि we are a big body when we are together. So don't dare mess with us. I mean, that is the kind of message they want to give. तो ये इनका शो चलता है करीब आधा घंटा पौन घंटा where they are making various forms in the air. It's like a jelly. They break into two, they'll join together again, they cross each other in the flight. It is absolutely amazing कि इतनी जल्दी ये twist and turn कर लेती हैं birds and they don't bump into each other, there is no accident. And there is no leader apparently, because leader can be, when they fly in say a V pattern or something, those formation, when birds fly for long distances, there is a leader and the leader keeps changing. We all know about how they fly in V pattern. तो वो एक plane में होता है. There you can have a leader, just like our jet planes, when they fly they have a leader and then they are followers. But here the birds are in 3 dimensions. And they are twisting and turning in different directions. So there can't be one person, one bird, which is calling out the shots or the directions. So that is amazing, absolutely, how they do it in such synchronous fashion. So this was my first experience of seeing this murmuration of rosy sterlings, which I thoroughly enjoyed. And every day that I was there in Jamnagar, I made it a point to visit the Lakhota lake, which is right at the center of the city, जिसमें birds nest करती हैं उसके पास. And वहाँ पर अलग-अलग colonies है. एक colony है of cormorants. Then there's another colony you can see here in the picture. This is of ibis, white ibis. And then of course these sterlings and of course parrots. Parrots also form their own colony. So all these trees are reserved for different species of birds. They make their home. So it is very interesting. You'll see in this video that they come back and they look for their old place where they have their own partners and friends and group. So they find their own place. So this was very interesting. Apart from my bird watching, where I saw the routine birds, which I am giving here. Another interesting trip was to old Jamnagar. This was the old Jamnagar of Raja Ranjit Singh, who was the ace cricketer, जिसके ऊपर रंजीत सिंह ट्रॉफी भी है. मैं सोचता था कि he was from Punjab, but he was from Jamnagar. And then his nephew, Digvay Singh Ji Jadeja, he inherited the throne, and the current king is also there. Of course, now they are only titular heads. I went to old Jamnagar to see the relics of the past. यहाँ पहुँचते जो सामने बिल्डिंग दिखाई देती है वो कैनॉट प्लेस की याद दिलाती है. Maybe the same period. This building was inaugurated by Lord Wellington, Governor of Bombay in 1916. So exactly about 100-year old. ये दरबार हॉल है जिसकी हालत काफ़ी खस्ता दिख रही है, पर ये सारा गोथिक आर्किटेक्चर है. उस ज़माने का अगर मेंटेनेंस होता तो बहुत ही खूबसूरत लगता. 100 साल पहले क्रॉफर्ड मार्केट की तर्ज पर बनाया गया होगा और आज सब्जी सड़क के ऊपर बिकती है. ये भी दरबार की ही बिल्डिंग है, परहैप्स द बेस्ट मेंटेन्ड, क्योंकि इसमें अब स्कूल लगता है, पर काफ़ी खूबसूरत बिल्डिंग है ये. वरना ज़्यादातर बिल्डिंग्स तो नई बिल्डिंग्स में दबी गई हैं. It was very sad to see. We don't really bother about our history or our heritage. I mean, you can see these buildings. 100 साल में all this has become a ruin, which nobody is really bothered. ये एक tourist attraction बन जाएगा of its own. We can sell the history of Jamnagar through these buildings. While at Jamnagar, I made a quick trip to Dwarka. It's only 130 kilometers, about 2.5 hours by taxi ride, and did darshan. जो मुझे वहाँ सबसे बड़ा अफसोस हुआ वो शिखर के सामने पुलिस चौकी की ये फ़ोटो देख के. इसको आसानी से कहीं छुपाया जा सकता है जो कि पब्लिक की आइज़ में ना आए, और ये ऐसे रखा है जैसे दर्शन इसके करने आए हैं. पता नहीं कब हम लोगों को एस्थेटिक्स का सेंस आएगा. ये किसी को दिखता क्यों नहीं है, ये किसी की आंखों में चुभता क्यों नहीं है. On the way back from Dwarka, midway to Jamnagar, I went to this Narara. That is a marine park where you walk over corals. It's a coral land developed by corals. Of course, the reefs are not there yet because people walk over it. For reef, it has to be deep. We have come to Narara, near the sea, to see. Yeah, basically, कौन-कौन सी चीज मिलेगा आपने को?
देखो, मरीन का जो भी रहेगा, ऑक्टोपस, कॉपर फिश, स्टार फिश, कोरल, स्पॉन्ज, ककुम्बर वगैरह, सब एनिमल मिलेगा. बाकी का जो आलगी का फिश रहेगा, बाकी ये मैंग्रोव है पूरा.
हाँ, ये तो मैंग्रोव है.
पूरा मैंग्रोव है.
तो अभी तो लो टाइड है ना?
हाँ, अभी लो टाइड चल रहा है. तो यहाँ पे आने के लिए सबसे जो बेस्ट टाइम होता है वो लो टाइड.
हाँ.
हाई टाइड में यहाँ तक पानी रहेगा. अगर लो टाइड हो जाएगा तो 3 किलोमीटर सीधा पीछे पानी चला जाता है.
अच्छा, तो बस सी में कितना अंदर जाते हैं अभी? जैसे
अभी हम लोग कम से कम 2 किलोमीटर तक तो आगे जाना है.
आज ये संडे रश है. ये एनिमल ही है. ठीक है, स्टार फिश का वो कुछ रहेगा.
ये स्टार फिश का नहीं है, ये स्पॉन्ज बोला जाता है.
अच्छा.
ये सॉफ्ट होता है एकदम, और इसका एनिमल भी बहुत छोटा रहता है. मतलब हम लोग. और ये छोटा वाला स्प्राइडर क्रैब है. पर्चलर्स.
अच्छा, ये क्रैब है.
स्प्राइडर क्रैब. स्प्राइडर क्रैब. આપણે જે મોતી હોય ને સાચા મોતી
हाँ पर्ल ऑयस्टर
पर्ल બધા એને
ये बड़ा क्रैब है ये कौन सा क्रैब है ये
इसको रीफ क्रैब बोला जाता है। ये जो कोरल रीफ होता है ना
हाँ।
उसके ऊपर ज्यादातर पाया जाता है।
अच्छा
हाँ, इसके लिए उसको रीफ क्रैब बोला जाता है। ठीक है। और इसका एक लेग निकल चुका है।
चुका है।
कोई भी इसके ऊपर शिकार ने अटैक किया होगा ना
हाँ, हाँ।
तो उसका लेग देके
टूट गया,
उसका
टूट गया।
जान बचा लेगा, तोड़ देता है अपने आप ही तोड़ देगा उसको, नया वापिस से रीजनरेट हो
जाता है।
हाँ रीजनरेट।
ये पफर फिश कहलाती है। इट गेट्स पफ्ड जब ये पानी पी जाती है एंड उसके बाद जैसे अभी ये पानी पी रही है ना, पानी अंदर चला गया, नाउ इट कैन स्टे आउट फॉर 20 मिनट्स। फिर धीरे धीरे पानी निकालती रहती है गल से एंड वो बाहर रह सकती है और धीरे धीरे पिचकती जाती है। हाँ, उसके पास में था। हाँ ये थ्रो कर रहा है जो,
वो पानी थ्रो कर रहा है। पहले ब्लैक कलर का वो ये पानी थ्रो कर रहा है।
मुझे भी बोले चिपके लगा नहीं ना, चिपके नहीं जाए ना।
ये ऑक्टोपस 8 लेग होता है इसलिए ऑक्टोपस।
हाँ।
9 ब्रेन होता है उसका और 3 हार्ट होता है।
अच्छा
और
कैसे चिपक जाता है एकदम।
4 या 5 तक कलर चेंज कर सकता है।
अच्छा
हाँ, कैमोफ्लेज कर सकता है।
जैसे क्रिकेट होता है।
क्रिकेट होता है।
अच्छा
चिपके
चिपके नहीं
और वो देखने के लिए इतना ये सीधा
कितना
देखने के
अच्छा
लिए इतना
है।
डरावना है, बाकी ये नहीं है। वैसे
अच्छा।
पूरा जेली टाइप है ना, एलियन टाइप का एनिमल है।
आने को पहला
So, but you find a lot of marine life, starfish, octopus, and you see all these interesting species that I found there. I mean, my guide found them for me, of course. So it was about 2.5 kilometer walk into the sea, where you see the marine life. It was a good experience to have octopus in your hand. And the octopus looks very beautiful when it is inside water because its head balloons up. When you take it out of water, then the head flattens and it looks very ugly. And during the evening shoot, when I was taking photographs of these sterlings in their flight, I found this very interesting man who was just sitting by the side. I liked the lines on his face, you know, those. He reminded me of a character out of some Western movie, those cowboy westerns. So I started talking to him, and it was very interesting to find that he has done nothing in his life. He says there are enough people to feed me. In India, you know, you can get by without doing anything at all, because there are always people who want to feed for maybe devotion to God as a godly thing. They want blessings of God, and in exchange they feed people. So this man has lived all his life without doing anything at all. I found that very interesting. His name was Ratigiri, and I ended up feeding him. I said, since everybody feeds you, let me also do my bit. Anyway, this was only my preliminary Reiki trip. I would like to go again next year in the month of February, when the water is little less, so that the birds, they gather together instead of spreading out. Right now the water was too much, so these birds were spread out. So next time I'll go in February and have another look at the place in greater depth. This time I saw what I have to see and make plans for next year. Thank you for watching this video. Please like, share and comment on this video. Thank you and goodbye.